What happens if the vaccine is proven? Will it save anything?
A volunteer in the trial of the COVID-19 vaccine being developed by AstraZeneca and Oxford University has died in Brazil.
No, because I personally believe this pandemic is fake. I mean, the pandemic is real, but the stats are fake. And the real pandemic is fear. They want everybody so afraid. I think it's kind of funny in the election thing. Trump never wears a mask, and Biden always wears a mask.
Masks make a big difference. His own head of the CDC said if we just wore masks between now, if everybody wore masks in social distance between now and January, we'd probably save up to 100,000 lives.
But I think the pandemic, the numbers are fake. But I just got this book here, The Unreported Truths about COVID-19 and lockdown. This guy, Alec Berenson, is a New York Times reporter. And he calls it, he says the numbers are so fake, they can't believe it. And I think the real pandemic is fear.
Breaking news, Wall Street is about to close any minute now. The Dow collapsing around 1,900 points today. Its worst single-day loss ever.
I think the reason the pandemic exists is to disguise the shutdown in the economy and how the Fed and the U.S. Treasury and Wall Street have ripped us all off. So I'm just speculating, but I studied this quite a bit, but it seems like COVID is to cover up for Wall Street and the banks and the Fed. It's a smokescreen. The problem, even when they get a vaccine, the problem still exists. We've never had so much debt in history, and this pandemic shutdown, I think they just printed $4 trillion in 3 months. In 2008, the U.S. debt, the Fed only owed $850 billion. That was in 2008. Now it's up to 10 trillion, and it's going to 30 trillion. So the vaccine is not going to stop the debt from collapsing. But as I always say, all coins have three sides, heads, tails, and the edge, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So that's why almost every tweet I end with buy gold, silver, and Bitcoin. You want to get outside the system. The price of gold and silver will go up and down, but you want to get outside the system. Recently tweeted after this tweet, is I made a mistake and I bought when gold and silver and Bitcoin dipped. But I think gold and silver and Bitcoin are going to go down even further, because what happens is when the stock market crashes, people will go to cash. They'll want to hoard cash as much as possible. And what they'll do is they'll short squeeze it. They'll sell their gold and silver and Bitcoin to get cash. So is it a buying opportunity? Yeah, but what they always say is, don't catch a falling knife. Well, I tried to catch a falling knife and it kept falling on me. But that's what happens. I get so excited about this whole thing. But anyway, the real problem is the national debt, the bad economy, and a corrupt, the Federal Reserve Bank works for the rich only. You know that, I know that, because every time they print money, the rich get richer. Unfortunately, every time the Fed prints money, the poor middle class get poor because life gets too expensive. Look at to build a low-income property in Los Angeles County today is like $480,000. So it's going to cost California government $480,000 to build one-bedroom apartment for one homeless person. The price is so high. So wages have not gone up, but the price of real estate has gone through the roof. So is that good or bad? Well, it depends. If you're looking for a house, it's bad news. If you rent rental properties like I do, it's good news. But it's all, again, what Rich Dad stands for is financial education and knowing assets from liabilities and market going up and the market going down. So the future is very bright, but the economy is in horrible shape. So that's why your biggest advantage is to be informed, aware, and cognizant of what's going on. There was a guy named John Maynard Keynes, and we were in a Keynesian economy. Keynesian economy means every time the economy gets in trouble, they print money. But our schools haven't changed. And I still think it's the reason Trump is attacked why there's continuous negative news on CNN, why my Trump signs are stolen every night, why they're raising taxes on the rich is because we're going to a Marxist economy. I think, Marxist economy is very simply Robin Hood.